Hello, welcome to our second annual Circles Sauk Prairie Super Bowl event. My name is Sarah Ramthen and this is John Ramthen, and we have the privilege of being the executive directors of 6-8 here in Sauk Prairie, and also of being a coach and coordinator for Circles Sauk Prairie, which is hosted here at 6-8. We wish we could all be together in the same room today, but alas, we are not able, and so we are excited to be together virtually here. We invite you to comment on Facebook or YouTube if you are able as we go along, and then we can continue to connect with each other to make this event just extra special. So we hope that you have enjoyed or are enjoying your meal, 5 delicious soups and the salad and dessert and bread. They looked really good going into the cars. So we hope that you have enjoyed them and or are enjoying them now. We want to share a little bit with you about each of our chefs who made the soup. So the first one that we want to share about is Brad, and he is one of our circle leaders. So he is working his way out of poverty. He is in our Circles program, and he made the tomato bisque soup. It was a vegetarian soup. It actually used tomatoes that were preserved from our 6-8 garden. And you could choose to garnish that with the bacon bits and green onions if you wanted to. We have a couple of videos from some of our other chefs.
Hi everyone, my name is Romain Coquard. I'm the chef at Wollersheim Bistro here in Sauk Prairie. And I just wanted to introduce our soup that we're making for the Super Bowl event going on this Sunday in town. It's put on by the 6-8 group, and we all know kind of in these tough times that everyone could use a little extra help. So, you know, go out there and kind of help us support this. So we did a roasted corn and potato chowder for this event. We're using some Wittenbach sausage, some red potatoes, some corn that we roasted, some onions, some celery, and all tied together with your chowder base. And then we also prepared some French baguettes here for you, which we source all the flour locally from Lone Rock. And that's kind of what we try to do at the bistro here. You know, simple, delicious, locally sourced food. So I'd love for you guys to kind of support this event, and then also come out here and support us at the winery and the bistro. So you can find more info about bistro on our website, wollersheim.com. We're featuring these kind of what we call wine and dime kits, where we do kind of a dinner for you that's all set up. You just kind of come here and take it home and heat it up. So if you're interested in doing some of those things, check us out and kind of just support your local community. So thanks, and stay safe and eat local.
Hi folks, I'm Mike Boss. I'm a retired restaurant operator and chef, and I am happy to present today my African peanut stew. You'll find this to be a moderately spicy vegan concoction. Essential ingredients in it are onions, fresh ginger, jalapeno peppers, crushed red peppers, lots of garlic, pepper, cumin, coriander, tomatoes, vegetable broth, and lots of sweet potato. And then it's finished off with natural peanut butter, some rough cut collard greens, and a squeeze of fresh lemon. So I hope you enjoy it, and bon appetit. Thanks for supporting 6-8.
Hi everybody, I'm Jeff Boll, the 6-8 board president. Today I just made a black bean and bacon soup. It's from my sister Jessica Bear. I am a huge fan of it. It is a soup that eats like a meal. It's very hearty. I am really happy with the result. So I'm originally intimidated by the quality of the people that are cooking with me and knew I needed to do my best. I was intimidated and a little scared, but also really excited. So now that I've gotten to sample it and taste it, we're looking at batch number 1 here and batch number 2 that are gonna go in the fridge, marinate together, and then pop out on Sunday, get reinvigorated by getting warmed up, blend together, and hopefully just be terrific for you guys to sample and hopefully enjoy. So I'm just excited to be a part of this and hope you enjoy the soup that eats like a meal for real. So enjoy, guys. Let me know what you think. Take care.
Thanks to our amazing chefs. Our final chef is Jill Green, and she is one of the cooks at Sauk Prairie Hospital. And she said, "I was thrilled when Cassie asked me if I would do this. I've heard of the soup bowl drives and have seen them on the news. It is such a neat idea, and if I can give to someone that needs help, that's even better." She said, "I chose chicken noodle soup because it's a feel-good soup, the best comfort food." So we want to thank Brad and Roman, Mike, Jeff, and Jill for their amazing soups and hope you are able to enjoy them.
This event started last year with National Honor Society student Claudia Miller had the idea to put this event on, and her heart was also to raise funds for those living in poverty and to help those in poverty to work through poverty. And so this is our second annual event, and we are honored to work with Cassie Rattle this year to keep the legacy going of this event, and we hope it continues years into the future. You know, we were blessed to be able to creatively come up with a drive-through. You know, last year we did indoor, and we hope to go back to indoor. And we are thrilled that Cassie, like I said, made this her project this year. We're excited to hear from Cassie in a little bit here to share exactly why the SOUPerBowl is important to her.
So Cassie, if you'd just tell us a little about yourself, that'd be great.
My name is Cassie Rattle, and I was born and raised in Sauk Prairie, and I am a senior in high school at Sauk Prairie High School, and I'm a part of the cross-country basketball and track teams, and I am also part of NHS.
Awesome. And if you'd just tell us a little bit about why you decided to do the SOUPerBowl as your National Honor Society project.
Well, I've always loved volunteering through 6-8, and I've seen how many people they have helped and just how many amazing things they have done. And when I volunteered at the SOUPerBowl last year, I saw how impactful it was, and I just wanted that to continue, and I wanted to see that the event continues to happen so that more people can be helped through it.
Tell us a little bit about why this cause of reducing poverty and circles is important to you.
On a mission trip through 6-8, we encountered many that were in poverty, and it just really opened my eyes to see that there's poverty in our own community, and Circles helps to reduce poverty and help people get out of poverty, and so I just really wanted to help that, and yeah, I love the cause.
Thank you, Cassie. At 6-8, we are passionate about reducing poverty and working with our circle leaders who are working hard and to work themselves through poverty, to get out of poverty. We are beginning to see poverty reduced in our community, and that's exciting. It's beginning to see changes in people's lives and families' lives and how that will impact a generation after a generation. And our dream, our hope is that it just snowballs, right? And goes from there and makes as we see that mindset shift from management of poverty to reducing poverty. And what we mean by that is there's a lot of ways that we can manage poverty. Folks who are living in poverty, we want to come alongside them and take care of their immediate needs. But then we want to ask the questions, how can we help each individual out of poverty, but also make it easier as a community as a whole if we're all thinking and talking about the reduction of poverty versus just keeping people comfortable in poverty. So that mindset shift we're seeing in our circle leaders, we're seeing in our volunteers, we're seeing in our donors and our other organizations that we're working with. And it's a beautiful thing. We are honored to partner with so many organizations, different organizations over the last couple of years. To help reduce poverty, to do just that. Sauk Prairie Healthcare is one of those partners organizations, and we're thrilled to hear from Sean Lurch, the CEO of Sauk Prairie Healthcare, and how Circles is impacting the health of our community. So here's Sean sharing with us.
Hello, I'm Sean Lurch, the CEO for Sauk Prairie Healthcare. I wanted to take a few minutes today to share how impactful the 6-8 Circles program is on the health and wellness of our communities. Research clearly demonstrates the direct link between poverty and the negative impact on an individual's health, and ultimately the health of a community. Income directly influences one's overall health, including how long they will live. Studies also demonstrate poor health contributes to reduced income, creating a negative feedback loop sometimes referred to as the health poverty trap. A trap many people are unable to overcome without assistance of dedicated and talented people who can be a guide out of the trap, often created by poverty and perpetuated by poor health. Unfortunately, income inequality has grown substantially in the recent decades, which exacerbates health disparities. This income inequality is magnified in rural communities like ours, where there are fewer resources to address the social determinants of health. Sauk Prairie Healthcare recognizes the detrimental impact of poverty on the health and wellness of the communities that we serve. And we are honored to be a partner with organizations like 6-8 on initiatives designed to address the social determinants of health, including income level. The Circles program highlighted today is a shining example how local action and creating connections can make a tremendous impact on so many lives. The Circle program works to remove barriers and directly addresses those social determinants. The highly effective program creates opportunities to strengthen skills and raises people up into prosperity through structured and evidence-based practices. I want to thank all of the 6-8 volunteers for their passion and vision to build healthier communities. I also applaud each of you for participating in the SOUPerBowl fundraiser. Understand, your contribution will make a positive impact on so many lives while building stronger and healthier communities. I would like to leave you with a quote which reinforces how important 6-8 and the Circles program has on the health and wellness of our communities. Dr. Charles Hastings was the medical officer of health for the city of Toronto in 1910. And he said, "Every nation that permits people to remain under the fetters of preventable disease and permits social conditions to exist that make it impossible for them to be properly fed, clothed, and housed so as to maintain a high degree of resistance and physical fitness, that endorses a wage that does not afford sufficient revenue for the home, a revenue that will make possible the development of a sound mind and body, is trampling on the primary principle of democracy." Now, Dr. Hastings gave this speech to the American Public Health Association in 1918. His message still rings true even 100 years later. I think you will all agree, if we are to have a strong community, these social conditions must be addressed. And creating opportunities to raise people up out of poverty, like the 6-8 program, will strengthen our communities, raise our democracy, and our nation. Be well.
Thank you, Sean. We appreciate our partnership with Sauk Prairie Healthcare and so many other organizations. It really does take a community to reduce poverty, and we are honored and privileged to be a part of Sauk Prairie and so many who will come together to make this happen. Okay, we have a few thank yous, but don't go anywhere. The best part of the program, in our opinion, is still to come. We are going to hear from one of our circle leaders who is working their way out of poverty. And so we really want you to hear Capri's story. So stick with us. But before we get to that, just a few thank yous. Today's event is the culmination of Sauk Prairie Poverty Reduction Week. And so there have been a lot of businesses around town that have been doing things all week to promote this and raise money for Circles Sauk Prairie. So we want to give a shout out, thank you to Culver's Sauk City, D. Marie Knit and Fiber, Green Acres, Jody Anderson Holistic Health and Massage for Women, John Joseph Coffee, Navigate Essentials, SP Fitness, SP Nutrition, Cisco, the Gym Bar and Grill, and Tools of Marketing. And a special thank you to Cisco out of Baraboo. They are matching dollar for dollar all of the money raised this week, including the money raised at the Super Bowl. So your ticket donation is doubled today. So thank you so much to Cisco in Baraboo. We also want to thank our soup chefs. All 5 of you did an amazing job. Thank you for donating your time and your soup to make this event possible. We want to thank the pottery students and the art teacher at Sauk Prairie High School who are working really hard to make the bowls and get them to all of you. The NHS student volunteers and Cassie Rattle for coordinating this event. Our Circles planning team and our Super Bowl planning team for this event. We'd like to thank our 6-8 staff and the current donors and volunteers that make Circles happen week in and week out.
Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, we're working for that mindset shift to poverty reduction. And I want to share a little bit of an overview about Circles, and just to elaborate on that mindset shift too is why we are partnering with so many businesses in this community for this Poverty Reduction Week. Is we realize that we can't really here at 6-8 reduce poverty in a meaningful way without also supporting local business. And if people have an opportunity to have a job and work and earn income, then it's really difficult to get out of poverty in any sort of sustainable way. So that's why we encourage you to support those businesses that are going the extra mile and employing and entrepreneurial ways in our community. And that part of that is huge, and we can't say enough about that in that ability to reduce poverty in our community. And as an overview for Circles, how it kind of works if you're new to Circles or haven't heard much about it, it works to reduce poverty on a 2-prong approach, those on a micro level and a macro level. On a micro, it works with a family who's ready or an individual who's ready to put the hard work in and to work themselves out of poverty. And they join the program. There's an interview process. There's a 14-week training process. And then at that point, they make a commitment to 2 years, meeting weekly and coming alongside them is a trained ally or 2 allies. And they go through a 6-part training program and they make a 2-year commitment. And then that's the one-on-one micro approach where it is getting in the nitty-gritty, going down, learning budgeting, learning and holding each other accountable to the goals, setting the goals. What does sustainable financial stability look for you? And then how can we get there? And that ally is just that friend, that accountability partner. And that happens weekly through Circles. And we have a children's program that goes along with that for families with children. And the kids are getting an education program that's for their age group that goes along with it. So they're learning about these, money-wise and financial things, as well as just good habits at a young age. And that's a beautiful way to connect those in our community that are struggling economically and those who are not in the same room, in which a powerful way. Circles also looks at the macro level. On a large scale, a lot of people in our community are it's really hard to get out of poverty. A couple of weeks ago, we had a big view night and we talked about the cliff effect, that idea that the benefits that some folks are currently living on, when you earn a little bit, you lose a lot of it, of your benefits. And it's set up to sort of de-incentivize people to work themselves out of poverty. And so we're talking about that on a bigger level. How can we as a community, how can we as a state, or even at a federal level, talk about these things? Who should be talking about these things to make it easier for just anyone that wants to work, through poverty? And so that's how Circles works. It identifies those, and it's the mindset shift of how can we work together, learning from our experts, those living in poverty, and then applying those lessons to the rest of our community. And I don't want to waste any more time before we introduce to you Capri. He is one of our circle leaders, and he has been a part of 6-8, him and his wife and his family, for a couple of years now. And they have done the amazing hard work of working, setting goals, and working towards those goals. And so I'm going to pass it off to Capri and hear from him. So how has Circles impacted you?
Circles has impacted me personally by just giving me a chance to practice things that I normally don't practice, like making sure I'm doing a budget, staying on top of that. Also using more resources other than myself, and being effectively using the community, as in like being introduced into the community and to other people that I would normally not be connected to. But for example, like people that are not in poverty, I got a chance to understand their way of thinking, and that also changed our mindset and how to refocus ourselves to get to our goals. The other thing was to connect and understand with that people in our current situation, it's tough, and to be able to connect with those people, on a personal level, and to understand that it's hard. Everybody's going through stuff, and I mean, if we all pick each other up, we can make it out.
Yeah, and how has it impacted your family?
Me and my family. So if it wasn't for Circles, I probably wouldn't have the mindset to strongly focus on getting my family out of the trailer park and getting us into our new house. I just really wanted to make that goal happen. I wasn't sure how to do it, and after coming to the classes and just refocusing my goals and breaking them down, doing the SMART goals, that really just helped me refocus, and that way I was able to break down my pathway to get us to be able to make the hard choices and to make the sacrifices needed to get to where we need to be. And I mean, now we have a house, and I'm very thankful for that. And Circles is it was very impactful in that way. Also, to this day, I'm still doing the budget and making sure all the bills are paid, and we're still continuing trying to save money here and there, and just trying to create a life for our family that is comfortable.
And what is an example of a goal that you accomplished?
So the goal was for us to get out of our trailer, and the goal for us to get out of the trailer, the steps for us to get out of the trailer was to we had to find out how we could change our credit score and or improve our credit score. From there we were paying off our bills, paying off what we could, and then also doing a budget, looking at our finances every week, because if we're not looking at it, then we're forgetting about it, and then it just kind of goes the wayside, and then all of a sudden we're playing catch up, and that does not usually go well when you're trying to buy a house. So that's basically how we got to that.
And is there anything else you'd like to add to tell anyone who may not know much about Circles?
If you are in a situation where you think that you can't do it, I mean, I was very doubtful for, a while, but I mean, until you take that first step, you're never going to know how you can grow as a person. So once you take that leap of faith, then you'll be able to find out who you really are.
Thank you, Capri. I just want to brag on our circle leaders a little bit. They are setting goals and reaching goals, even during the time, these unprecedented times in this pandemic. And Capri and Caitlin have, during this last year, have paid down, a decent amount of debt, and they've also moved, and got a loan for a house and moved in the middle of a pandemic. And so it just attests, yes, we are, congratulations, just to brag on that, our circle leaders who are working hard and reaching really significant goals that will, again, have a lasting generational impact on our community. And it's just amazing work. The circle leaders are the ones who are doing the hard work. We're here just to support. We're here to just provide a different lens, once in a while, and a different angle to look at things, and to check in. And it's a beautiful thing to be a part of. And we would invite any of you to join us in different capacities. I do want to share that we have seen, just within the program of Circles, really in the last year, we are so grateful for the financial support of so many donors and folks like you coming out to the SOUPerBowl and to support our fundraising events. We've had, we've had great financial success that way, and our plan is to grow Circles in a couple of ways. One, we are excited for Class 2 to begin shortly, and to have more when it's safe to do so. We can have more folks in here, and Class 1 and 2 and 3 going forward, and we can have multiple classes going at the same time, and they join in wherever they are at in their goals and in their plans. An exciting another growth opportunity and direction we're looking is to grow to the rural and Bluffview Tower Rock. We're working with the school district there to use maybe a different location, a different space, and to expand to a Hispanic and bilingual circles to be able to impact in just beautiful ways. So we have beautiful ideas for growth, and we hope to see those soon. So we thank you for the support financially so that we can continue to do that. And we invite you to get involved that way as well. We also invite you to get involved with your time. You went home with your food. I hope you're enjoying it. You went home with a little program inside. There's a sheet there to commit to financial support, but also on the blue sheet, there's a sheet to commit to or to learn more about, to share your time and volunteer. And we'd love to hear from you, even if you have no idea where you want to get involved, but you're just like, I want to get involved in this. Fill out the form, give us a call, our contact information, email us, and we will connect, and we will find different ways to get involved. And we encourage you to do so, and to know that whatever you give, time, resources, money, it's going to make and continue to make a huge impact on our community. And we could not thank all of you enough to get involved and to support our community.
Yeah, it's, all of your financial support, your volunteering, it goes to help Capri. And Caitlin and our other 7 circle leaders and our Class 2 who have been waiting. They were supposed to start in last March, but because of COVID, we had to delay that. But those that were committed then are still committed now, and we continue to be in touch with them. We are excited for them to hopefully start soon, as we are able to safely do that, like John said. So we encourage you to give financially, to give of your time as you are able, to make this happen. For these circle leaders and for those who will continue to come through Circles. So we are grateful for each of you for attending today. Thank you for being part of our SOUPerBowl, our 2nd annual SOUPerBowl. We would love to talk with you more if you're interested. Feel free to give us a call or send us an email. stop by during our open hours here at 6-8. We would love to see you and answer your questions, or see how we can get you connected there. As we continue to reduce poverty in Sauk Prairie, our goal is to reduce the poverty rate by 10% in the next 10 years. And so we are doing that by working with these individual circle leaders and their families, and then also by having those bigger conversations with our community, our county, our state, and our nation. So thank you for being here today, and know that we are praying for each of you, and hope that you will continue to pray for us also. God bless.